Wow. Wow, guys. All I can say is wow. Nintendo, you have far exceeded all of my expectations with today's Switch 2 Nintendo Direct. It was it was beyond anything that I had hoped for. Um and we're just going to go with recapping a lot of the news, and we're gonna try to do this over several videos. But the first one we're gonna hit up, of course, is the Nintendo Switch 2 full recap, and we're going to go over this. We have a price point of $450 for the base unit, and there's going to be a Mario Kart World bundle. Uh, for 500 at launch on June 5th. But let's go right away here. And this is from our friends over at Go Nintendo. Go Nintendo. Go Nintendo.com. If you haven't checked them out, do so because it's a go-to news source for Nintendo news. Um, yeah, so obviously we all watched the Switch 2, but let's go over Nintendo Switch is the next step at home gaming that can be taken on the go based on 8 years of play and discovery that began with Switch, said Nintendo president Shuntura Furukawa. With its new features that expand the possibilities of gaming experience, I truly believe that Nintendo Switch 2 is a leap forward in our journey, putting smiles on the faces of everyone that Nintendo touches. And then we're going to go with Nintendo Switch 2 comes with the following. It comes with the Switch 2 console, Joy-Con 2 controllers, left and right, Joy-Con 2 grips, Joy-Con 2 straps, the Switch dock, an ultra high-speed HDMI cable, Nintendo Switch 2 AC adapter, and a USB-C charging cable. So they are two separate units. Um, that is good. We're gonna start recapping here with the C button. So you race into the Nintendo Switch 2 first. It says Nintendo Switch 2 plus Mario Kart World bundle for a suggested retail price of $4.99 in the United States, which includes a system and a download code for the Mario Kart World game available from Nintendo Switch 2 on launch day, June 5th. Game chat enabled, new ways to play socially. We get the game chat feature. People can play games and talk like everyone else is in the room, even if they are miles apart. But what is new with the game chat sessions, of course, is that they're including a game chat app, but also for parental controls, but also a camera. So you can actually see your buddies dusting off their pants when they get wrecked in Super Smash Bros. Additional friends can join chat via audio only until the end of March 2026 for free. And then after that, you're going to need a Switch Online membership to use the online features, which of course it makes sense because you're going to be online, right? Um, a large vivid screen. New screen is 7.9 inches. Built in LCD screen. Full high definition at 1080p. We all know the Switch 1 had a 720p screen while maintaining the same thickness of the Nintendo Switch. Pause. Even while on the go, Nintendo Switch offers vivid, detailed game experience as well as smooth graphics showcasing. And they also mentioned that it has HDR support. So high dynamic range color is very good. Joy-Con 2 controllers attached to the system with a snap. They are magnetic. Joy-Con 2 newly designed Switch 2 controllers magnetically attached to the Switch 2 console. In addition, controllers can be operated like a mouse by sliding it on a surface like a table or on a pair of pants. They can be used in multiple ways, including for games that require aiming. And then we later did see Metroid Prime 4 will utilize this. Spoiler alert, there are Switch 2 versions of certain games. Newly freely adjustable stand and a USB-C port from the top. And the angle of the new stable stand, it's a U-shaped stand that encompasses the entire console. Powerful processing speed and graphical performance. Nintendo Switch 2 has significantly improved its CPU and GPU performance over Switch, resulting in faster processing speeds and enabling new visually advanced gameplay. It also makes it possible to achieve more detailed graphics and faster loading times. Crisp audio quality and spatial 3D sound is now being added, which is great. Sound quality is more natural and clear, even more balanced sound range when playing in handheld mode or tabletop. Players will be able to experience games with an even more immersive three-dimensional sound. Internal storage of 256 gigabytes. That's way up. We all know games are way bigger this time, so they needed to up that storage. It's still not enough, but you can expand that. The internal storage of the Switch 2, where digital games and save data are stored, is 256 gigabytes, which is 8 times the storage capacity of the original Switch. For additional storage, the Nintendo Switch 2, this is a key point. It only uses microSD Express cards, which have faster data reading speeds than previous microSD models. Remember, if you have those old microSD cards, 256 gigs, but they're not Express, they will not work on the Switch 2. Nintendo Switch games are also playable on the Switch 2. In addition to Nintendo Switch 2 games, Nintendo Switch 2 can play compatible physical and digital games released on the original Switch. Some Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Switch 2. As we know, the Joy-Cons have changed, so some of those exercising games like Ring Fit, they use the Joy-Cons into that ring, and the new Joy-Cons wouldn't fit there. So, those type of games probably wouldn't be compatible. The new Nintendo Switch 2 dock. So connecting the Switch 2 dock to a TV, users can output videos up to 4K resolution and play games at up to 120 frames per second via compatible games and TVs. Was not expecting 4K. I was going to be so happy with 1440p and 60 frames per second. But holy crap, man, those patents about that upscaling and AI upscaling, that's legit. That's got to be the magic. Multiple people can play one title with Game Share. This is a throwback to the original DS. All you need is one game card on a new Nintendo Switch 2, and player can then share the game with others who do not have the same game. If one person has a Nintendo Switch 2 system and a game compatible with Game Share, that person can invite other players to temporarily play the game together via local play with their Nintendo Switch or the Nintendo Switch original system. Between Nintendo Switch 2 systems, Game Share can also be used along with Game Chat for online play, so that players can chat with others while all of them play the same game. Virtual game cards, of course, we talked about this in a previous video, that you can now share games with other people. Nintendo Switch Online will be available on Switch 2, of course. But here's the kicker. They're not only adding Game Chat, but with Nintendo Switch Online plus expansion pack membership and a Switch 2, you will be able to access a growing collection of Nintendo GameCube games with clearer image quality and higher resolutions than the original releases. The classic game lineup available at release, these are big ones for me, man, will be F-Zero GX, The Legend of Zelda Wind Waker, and Soul Calibur 2. Yeah, the one with Link, the good one. Available on GameCube Nintendo Online Expansion Pack. This is a wild launch game. Along with classic games, a dedicated wireless controller designed after the original GameCube controller will be available for launch. Available at purchase by paid Nintendo Switch Online members. So you're going to have access to a controller. These are first party. These are made by PowerA. They're officially licensed second party, I would say, controllers from Nintendo. But they're going to make one of these for officially for the Nintendo Switch 2 games, and it's gonna have, from what I saw, a small L button on the top here, compared to the because the original GameCube games didn't use that. But I still love this controller, so hopefully they make another one of these as a pro version. And we continue here with variety of accessibility features. Safe and secure game experiences on Nintendo Switch 2. So they got the parental control app for, parents that are worried about that camera feature that they announced. New games, of course. They announced Mario Kart World, Donkey Kong Bonanza, EA Sports is back with Madden NFL, Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition, to upgraded versions of Nintendo Switch games like Super Mario Party Jamboree, Switch Edition, Jamboree TV, and Sid Meier's Civilization 7 Switch Edition, Switch 2 Edition, and there's much more to share and play. Of course, Mario Kart World is probably going to be the top system seller, just like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, especially now that they're going to be bundling it. Race cars seamlessly across connected courses that deliver Mario Kart racing like never before. 24 drivers can compete in a race at a time, participate in new Knockout Tour mode. That's going to be available on June 5th. Donkey Kong Bonanza, a brand new 3D platforming action adventure game. This game looked amazing. I cannot say enough how amazing the graphics looked on this game. It is killer nice. Killer nice. Donkey Kong Bonanza crashes onto Nintendo Switch July 17th. The new capabilities of Switch 2 allow for compatible and physical digital games released on Switch to receive paid Nintendo Switch 2 Edition upgrade packs featuring enhanced graphics, exclusive content offerings, new gameplay experiences, new frame rates, and we've just learned that it's going to be around $10 to $15 range depending on the game. Super Mario Sunshine Jamboree again, Switch 2, and then they showed off a prequel to Tears of the Kingdom, or excuse me, a prequel to Breath of the Wild with Kingdom of Hyrule, which is Hyrule Warriors, a new Hyrule Warriors game coming out. I cannot wait. Kirby 3D, Galaxy, Samus Aran Returns, and Metroid Prime 4 Beyond with Switch 2 mode that allows for Joy-Con 2 mouse controls as players wield Samus's arm, more precision, plus enhanced visuals and performance. You can choose between quality mode and performance mode, both of which support HDR. Based on your preference and playstyle, explore immersive worlds in 4K at 60 frames per second, or enjoy a smoother action at full high definition at 120 frames per second. What? What? What is going on here? Listen, I cannot believe that. So listen, if there's anybody out there that's actually going to push these systems to what they can really do, it's going to be Nintendo first party. Holy crap. We don't have games on the PS5 that do this. We don't have games on the Xbox Series that hit those numbers. So we're going to see if this is a variable or locked in 4K 60 frames per second. Because I know that they say up to in a lot of the trailers. Pokemon ZA has a Switch 2 edition with enhanced resolution and frame rates. Kirby Air Riders, a brand new entry into the Kirby Air Ride series. The last one was literally on the GameCube over 20 years ago. Use the Joy-Con 2 mouse controls. Enjoy a new experience by strapping on into Drag X Drive, which looks like a new take on Rocket League, but it's almost like wheelchair basketball. It looks really cool. With both Joy-Cons at the same time, you can steer, speed up, perform tricks, and make plays such as dunks. It's an interesting take. If they can somehow make it control with regular controls, this could be a real winner. It's definitely a gimmicky game when you saw the trailer, but cool take. While it's understandable that players want to hit the ground running or racing with Switch 2, they can also explore a variety of features and details the new system has to offer. Players can enter a virtual exhibition with Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour and gain insights into what makes the Switch 2 a unique gaming experience. Now, this thing is basically a glorified tech demo, and they're selling it. And this is the only one that I was like, if this thing isn't $5, it's not even worth it. It should have been a pack-in title, in my opinion. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour will be available to buy from Nintendo eShop on launch day, June 5th. Exciting games from global developers: Split Fiction and Elden Ring, Madden, NBA 2K, Hades 2, Borderlands 4. Nintendo Switch 2 is where players can find full range of gaming experiences. But then the big one, the Dusk Bloods. The moon tears will flow for one and one alone in the Dusk Bloods, a brand new multiplayer title from the creators of Dark Souls and Elden Ring. From Software, available exclusively for Nintendo Switch 2. The Dusk Bloods launches next year. From Software made an exclusive game for Nintendo. Guys, that is bananas. Hades 2, of course, being on Nintendo Switch 2. And it says with responsive action at a target of 60 frames per second. So, target. EA Sports Madden, EA Sports Football Club, bringing fans together from across the world with proper entries, not legacy editions. NBA 2K and WWE 2K finally coming back. WWE 2K after their horrendous Switch 1 game. The 2K series has been decent on the Switch, original Switch, to be fair. Hyrule Warriors, again, we mentioned that. Split Fiction, Cyberpunk 2077. I bet you it runs better than it did at launch. The Climb the Ranks when Cyber Ultimate Edition releases the same day on Nintendo Switch 2. Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. And Final Fantasy is coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. Street Fighter 6 coming to Nintendo Switch 2. Sid Meier's Civilization 7 Switch 2 Edition. Hogwarts Legacy is coming to Switch 2. So this is, again, the upper tier port of the experience. Bravely Default Flying Fairy HD Remaster. Already remastering Bravely Default, but okay. Borderlands 4 we mentioned. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. You can get this on the original Switch, but now we have it also available on Switch 2. Elden Ring Tarnished Edition with over 28 million copies sold worldwide. Elden Ring, the award-winning action RPG, is an authentic dark fantasy world. This including base game, the Shadow of Erdtree expansion, and new weapons, armor, and new torrent appearance, customization, and more. Elden Ring Tarnished arrives on Nintendo Switch in 2025. So this one's a little bit further out in the launch window. Yakuza 0 Director's Cut is making its way over. Fortnite, of course. Enter the Gungeon 2. Hitman World of Assassination Signature Edition enters the Nintendo Switch. Experience the best of Hitman, Hitman 2, and Hitman 3. Basically, it's just a collection. And then a surprise hit. A surprise one. Project 007. They announced a new James Bond game. And where better to announce it than the company that made the 007 games amazing. If you remember GoldenEye, right? It was definitely Nintendo. And that's not all, as Nintendo Switch 2 welcomes Starseeker, Astroneer, Daemon X Machina, Titanic Scion, Deltarune, Survival Kid, Star Wars Outlaws, why? Hollow Knight, Silksong, and more. That was a lot to unpack. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I am hyped. I'm going to now make a video covering all of the accessories and how cool those are, with pictures and slides and all details coming up. So stay tuned to the channel. Nintendo Switch 2 news. This is where you're gonna get it. Peace.